Hello and welcome back to another episode of Faye Answered Questions. First of all, sorry for the delay in getting this episode out. I know we're a couple days late, but life happens and we all have busy schedules, so you'll get it when you get it, all right? But this week I've got my parents again. Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad.
Hello.
G'day.
And my sister Felicity is here with us.
Hello.
And this week, the topic is confidence, or how to be a man or woman in today's society. So let's dive right on in. So when somebody says, like be a man, what's the first thing that you kind of think of? And that's a question for anyone.
Well, okay. Don't bleep me out. But don't be a
Okay.
Sorry, I know that's vague, but when I was growing up, men were men. Like, they were rough, tumble. They knew how to do things with their hands. They knew how to fix things. And then women were like, oh, I wish they would just be softer and be more in touch with their feminine side. Oh, that was the catchphrase. So now we have boys. You can still be a man and still be in touch with your feminine side, in quotation. But, it's having that ability to do both. Be that protector. I don't care what most women say and feminists say. Trust me, it's nice when we go somewhere, I don't have to be on guard. When I go somewhere with your dad, his poor stress level goes through the roof, especially if we're on vacation, because I know I don't have to worry about being accosted by somebody because I have dad with me and I just go and have a good time. But he's also sensitive to those around him and what's happening, and he knows how to talk and listen to young girls that he comes in contact with at the university and stuff, and they come to him knowing that they can say, oh God, it's been rough, this is happening or whatever, and they're not going to be met with somebody who doesn't understand.
Right.
So it's that balance. It's finding that balance and not an extreme one way or the other. There's my take.
Two separate things pop into my head when I hear the phrase be a man. I see the picture of the bad dude bros in the fedora wearing fuck faces going, oh yeah, I'll do this. Yeah, and it's like, for the love of God. And then I think about how dad raised you and Ben. It's like, that's what I want out of a friend, okay, out of a guy friend. I want somebody who will go drinking with me and chase the other creepy guys away, but at the same time, he's not going to put his hand on my ass, because who knows, that's just not right.
Right.
I am tired of seeing guys complain about being friend-zoned, or she must be a lesbian because she's not into me. It's like, if you have to specify you're a nice guy or you're a man's man, take your fucking problems and go to a therapist, you dick.
There it is in the nutshell.
There we go.
If you have to specify you're a nice person, newsflash, you're not a nice person, and every female is looking at you and going, fuck, not another one.
Oh, good points. All good points.
I thought about going softer, but I have a brand now. I'm sticking with it.
Nope, go for it.
Oh, okay, Dad, your turn.
There's nothing else to say. That's it. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, short episode this week. I think the only editing I'll have to do is put in a bunch of bleeps over some stuff. We're good to go.
Oh.
I think today's society, we've blurred the lines so much about what we want that no one feels confident in being just themselves.
Mm.
And if you do have a level of self-confidence, with who you are and what you are and that kind of stuff, then they always look to try and take you down a peg or two.
Right.
Because, that's just how society's become. You know, I think we've got to learn. Look, if you want to identify as a male, then identify as a male. You know, that's fine. Want to identify as female? Identify as female. That's fine. It doesn't make any difference to me. Like, you know, I'll just treat you as a person. You know, and I'll treat you nicely and, you know, in a respectful manner up until such time as you prove that I can't do that anymore. But I think, you know, Mom and Sis both said the same thing, in that we've created a world where they don't want men to be so manly anymore. Gone are the days of Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, in Predator with the machine gun, go to the chopper. You know, yeah.
Or the Marlboro Man.
Yeah, you know, the Marlboro Man got kicked out. You know, all those images that people grew up with of what was to be masculine or feminine or whatever, you know. And I laugh a lot about that kind of stuff because, you know, for instance, the Kardashians, they go on about, oh, well, you know, everyone's to love their own body, be delightful in their own skin, be comfortable in who you are. But in the same breath, their brand pushes a certain image.
Yeah.
That is not what they're saying.
And all of their stuff is like super photoshopped, and like, how many plastic surgeries have they had? Like, oh yeah, just be comfortable if you can spend, you know, thousands of dollars to look a certain way.
Right. And so I think, you know, and that's the part of the problem is we've created a fake world. And then we've asked people to conform to it.
Your dad's right. And I think also you do have to be confident in who you are. And you do not need to waver from that, and don't let people tear you down. You have to have that inner strength to go, no, this is who I am. You either take it or leave it. I don't need you for validation. But there is that fine line with that, having that confidence that people will think, and you can become arrogant.
Yeah, a jerk.
An arrogant, self-centered jerk, which is not good. You need to be confident in who you are, but still kind to others and sensitive to others. So if you see an accident or you see somebody fall down the stairs, it's not an immediate, ha, 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 look at that. That's just, you know, no, it's, oh my gosh. If you can't stop, if you're driving and you see it, it's that first initial thought of, oh my gosh, I hope they're okay. If that's your first initial thought, you're doing pretty good. If your first initial thought is an action is to laugh and make fun of them, dude, you done crossed into the jerk mode.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep going on that, you're going to hit douchebag city. And from there, there's just no hope.
Right.
Unless you're me with my friends and they see me fall down and they laugh before they help me up.
Sweetheart, you're a whole nother kettle of fish.
Every time they fall down now, they call it pulling a Felicity. They have seen me like ballet fall down the stairs on my fucking ass because I slipped and land and go, ha-da!
Yes, and again, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. But if it's somebody you don't know, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female, you can be a douchebag either way. And it all comes back to taking the time to get to know you, which a lot of people I know in this last year in 2020, because of COVID and restrictions, actually had to do that. And they spent the year getting to work on themselves because they couldn't distract from going out and everything. And some of them did not like what they saw and worked hard to change. Others, well, yeah, that's about all you can say on that. But the whole point of it is you have to be sure of yourself, know who you are. And it's not an easy process. Don't get me wrong. It takes years. And the experiences that you have in your life will shape who you are, but you have to make sure it's shaping you for the positive and not the negative. And it's, you know, you have to be very, very sure of your convictions, what you believe, what you think is wrong, but in the same breath, not thumping that into somebody else that doesn't agree with you, being willing to listen to other people's point of view because you possibly could be wrong.
Right. Yeah. And one of the reasons I look up to like my boss or the people above me at work is a lot of them are very confident and like self-assured. Like they know what they're doing. They're very comfortable in their own skin. They know what's up. But in the same breath, like I've got other people at work that are not like that at all. And, you know, and they are in, you know, position above me. And it's sometimes a nightmare working with them.
Right.
Because they're like second guessing themselves and they'll say one thing and then do another. But, you know, and then I look at the other people and I'm like, nope, they say one thing, they stick with it, they do it, they know what they're doing. I'm like, that's, you know, what I want to be like one day.
Yeah, you've got to, I think that's the one thing we tried to do with you guys when we were raising you was to get you to get that self-assurance about each and every one of you about, you know, I've made this decision and I'm going to stick with it. You know, but not to the point of being belligerent. You know, you would,
Right.
If it looked like it was going to turn out to be a bad decision, then you were willing to make another one to change.
Correct course a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Plan A's not working. Go to Plan Z.
Right. But I mean, today's world's totally different from when your mother and I grew up. Like when Mom and I grew up, it was man, woman. You had the gay community that was there, but this idea of transgender and all that, none of that was, you know.
It was called cross-dressing.
Yeah, we had cross dresses, I guess, but I mean, it was something that was done in the house and it wasn't out in the public arena, and you know, yeah.
Or if it was, you never knew.
Yeah, I mean, it was just this, you know, sort of stuck in the King's Cross district of Sydney, I guess, and that was what it was. But you know, today's world is different. It's out there, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I mean, you know, a lot of people want to tear down.
Looking for gender norms.
You know, like Elliot Page now, I believe is what.
Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah. So I mean, and they want to tear him down, and you know, because he was born female and used to be Ellen Page, and you know,
Who cares?
who cares? It doesn't affect my life. If that's how they identify, then that's how they identify. Just treat them like a human. Can we just go back to treating people like they're human?
Well, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, I really don't give a shit.
Right.
On that note, how small of a person do you have to be that somebody else's life choices affect you so much that you want to rant against them? Seriously, how is it affecting your life? So what?
Right.
Let them be who they want to be. I'm going to stop right now. Move on.
It's really a sign of a person who is not confident.
They're not confident in themselves.
They're not confident in themselves. They have so much self-doubt, so much that they don't trust themselves or anything. And so to make themselves feel better, so they think, they tear other people down. You guys have all known negative Nancy's or whatever you want to call it, party poopers that are always looking at the negative side, always putting somebody else down, going, well, I'm better than that because I don't do what they do, and da, da, da. No, that is a totally huge red flag of insecurity on that person's part. And they are so insecure in their thoughts and who they are and what they truly think that they have to put everybody else down so that people don't they feel that way so that they don't think people can see their faults. But in actual fact, they're highlighting them hugely. And it's, you know, those type of people, a lot of them won't ever change. And you see them, they become those bitter old men and women that sit on the porch, get off my lawn, you know.
Well, I'm not the most confident person. I have days where I don't want to leave the house, but I don't go around tearing other people. I have several things I do. I look at myself in the mirror because I've had a lot of my friends grab me by the shoulders and go, "You're fucking fabulous, stop it."
Exactly.
So I will look at myself in the mirror and go, everybody else can suck a dick. Go outside, you're fine. They're not looking at you. They don't see your pimples. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to the line in The Help, and I always get it wrong, but the message is there where she's looking at the little girl and she says, you is beautiful, you is strong, you is intelligent. And that is so true. It doesn't matter if you're male or female or who you are. You need to understand that you are unique. You are a strong individual. You are intelligent in your own way. Everybody is intelligent in a different way. And just because somebody you look up to is like uber book smart doesn't mean they have street smarts. You may understand and know how to do some things that they can't get, that they've only read in a book, but in reality, it doesn't work that way, but you understand how to do it.
Right.
So I mean, everybody is beautiful. Everybody is smart. Everybody is wonderful in their own right. We just need to look at ourselves and go, okay, I'm good. And Felicity's right. I mean, we've told her whole life she's wonderful, but we're her parents. She doesn't believe us.
You created me. You're obligated to lie.
I know we're not lying. We think you're fantastic. We think all of you are fantastic.
Gosh, shucks, you're gonna make me blush, Mom.
Oh, I'll see if I could find it and send it to you guys. But for all of the women out there who are not confident, I read something where somebody's like, if you're ever in public and you don't feel safe, all you have to do is shoulders back, bitch face on, think murder, and walk. It works. I've used it at the mall. People have jumped out of my path. It makes you feel powerful. Like get those heeled boot on, the jeans that make you feel good, and just look at all the men that won't get in your way, think murder, and just walk, and they jump out of the way because you look like you're going to kill them. They will not bother you if you do that.
I mean, there is that. That's, whatever works. And I think a lot of people who are confident in themselves, not everybody came up this way, but they have a support system, whether it's their family, their siblings, their friends, their extended family, but they have that support system there who are willing to support them in anything, but also they're willing to say, oh, you crossed that line, that's a little not good. We've always told you guys, whatever you want to do, we'll support you. Mm-hmm. But if you make a choice, that whatever choice you make, there are consequences, good or bad, and you have to face those consequences. But we will love you and support you. You want to be a worm farmer? We're there for you. In fact, I can tell you how to do it because I got mine going. But it's that having that support system does help. So however you create that, and in that support system, having to cut out those in your life who are not supportive, who will bring you down because you are trying to do something better with your life and they don't like it.
Right. And something else I want to bring up kind of about this is like, you don't have to have an opinion on everything that comes up, on every little issue. Because I think that's something like stuff like Twitter especially has been a proponent of, is like, oh, everybody's got to have an opinion on this, and like everybody's opinion matters. Like, no, the fuck it doesn't. Like, really, like I don't have to like think about a million different things and be on one side or the other of it. I can just be like, yeah, whatever, that doesn't affect me, I don't care, and just move on with my day. But I think that's what trips up a lot of people, is like somebody will ask them and they're like, oh God, I have to have an opinion on this. Like, where do I stand right away? And they're like, second guess themselves and like flip flop on it or whatever. Like, if somebody asks you something and you like, it doesn't affect you, you'd be like, I don't know, like I don't have a dog in that fight.
Yeah, I agree. I think personally, this is my opinion. This is Dad Faye's opinion. Don't crucify him. I don't do social media. I think social media has made the world worse. I think it is a bad thing. So I don't do Twitter. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Snapchat, Instagram, none of that. I'm a more rounded individual because I don't do that. Hell, I don't even watch the news. because it's so damn depressing and it's so partisan. It's so push one side or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I want to find something out, I'll go do the research on my own. I don't need to be popular on Instagram or Snapchat to be a somebody.
Right.
You know, and I think you're right. You know, people get on those sites and man, their life hangs in the balance on whether they get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It doesn't. There's more to life than that.
If your political opinions and your personal opinions are based solely on what gets you the most likes, fuck off. You have no opinion. You're an empty balloon blowing in the wind of popular opinion. For the love of God, find a hill to die on, even if it's the stupidest hill you can think of, like the stupidest non-issue. Have a fucking opinion.
And there you go, folks.
There you go. Summed up right there.
Done.
And you don't have to share that opinion, but please, dear God, have one.
Oh, baby, we love you.
It's always a good time to have you on.
Yeah.
It just cuts to the quick of it.
I have a busy schedule. If you're going to cause drama in my life, I do not have time for it, and I will tell you up front. Move on, find somebody else to fuck with.
There you go.
Oh, that's good. It's very good.
And folks, that is confidence right there.
That is confidence right there.
No. This is, I haven't slept in the past 24 hours, and I am running on caffeine, hopes, and dreams. And a little bit of fuck it all.
But in the same breath, it does come across as confident because you know who you are, you know yourself, you know your limits, and
It took years and multiple visits to a therapist, though. So,
which is good. I mean that is the whole thing. Your experiences in your life, whoever you are, your experiences will shape who you are, and sometimes you do need a unbiased third party to talk to that has been trained in mental health, and you can see things from a different point of view and help you work through them so you can become that confident person that you want to be. It's not saying that every day is going to be sunshine and roses and, you know, glitter, farts, and rainbows, but you will be able to deal with things because you know, and you will have that inner confidence to do what you need to do.
Right. I think something that also helps is like learn or develop a skill, no matter like what it is. It could be like fucking basket weaving, playing the harp, like whatever. For me, it was like working out and physical activity for me. So like before, a couple of years ago, like I wasn't as confident as I am now. And then like I started working out, started swimming a lot, joined like a very physically tough program. And something that helped me with confidence is like other people quit that program before I did. And I was like, okay, no, yeah, like I can actually do this. This is something, you know, I can do. And like it spread over to, you know, other areas of my life where like I wasn't like, oh no, maybe I can't. I'll be like, you know, fuck it, I got it. Like, let's go.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're right. You find something you're good at, and that helps you develop your confidence. Particularly, as you said, if people drop out ahead of you, that just boosts where you're at. And I guess, you know, on all of that, but tying all of that together, I would say if your whole desire is to be the most popular person on the face of the planet, give up, because it's never going to happen. If you're really tied to popularity, please find something that you're good at doing that doesn't need recognition, that you just know you're good at doing, as Josh said, basket weaving or whatever. And all of that was brought home this week because we had a young guy take his own life. And we don't know why he did what he did, but I can't help but think it comes back down to he wasn't confident in himself. He was worried about what other people thought of him. He didn't have a skill or a support network or someone to talk to. And if he'd have taken the 5 minutes to track me down and talk to me, maybe the outcome would have been different. So please please, if you are in a position now where you aren't confident in yourself, you're contemplating doing something stupid, send us an email. Let us reach out to you, because, you know, we want to help you discover who you are and become a better person. So anyway, we hope to help in some way.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And I know it's hard. Some mornings you wake up and you just don't want to go on. But like Dad said, send us an email. We're here.
One thing to remember, if you're working and you're out of college and you're full-time working, even if you're in college, and you have vacation days or sick days, I learned the hard way, but I know when I'm hitting my limit of stress at that. And there are days I wake up and I'm just like, nope, not today. I am taking a mental health day. And I don't feel guilty about it anymore, because I need that time away to regroup, refocus, recenter myself, spend some time just me, not running errands while Dad's at work and different stuff. But that whole day, it's like, it's a mental health day. I am going to take a long hot shower. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. If that means I sit in front of Netflix all day and eat bonbons, I don't give a flying rat's ass. I need that time to rejuvenate myself. You know, a lot of times I'll go for a bike ride during the day when there's not a lot of people on the trail. I will go for a bike ride. I will do something physical to do that if that's where I am. Other times I've gone too far and without taking a break, and I'm like, nope, we're just not getting out of bed today. But the next day I'm like, okay, I've had that downtime. I've rejuvenated. I can get through the next couple days of work for the weekend.
Right.
Don't be afraid and don't feel guilty. Your mental health is very important, as well as your physical health.
Oh, good. Yeah. And I think that's a pretty good note to end on. Getting kind of close to time here.
Okay.
So we'll end there, kind of a shorter episode, but in summary, yeah, please reach out to somebody if you are struggling with something. Reach out to us. Learn a skill, do a thing, and cultivate confidence that way.
Join a crochet or a knitting group, because it's mostly older ladies and they are super supportive of everything. And they will, much like Mom and Dad, they will just look at you and go, well, that's a dumbass decision. But they'll support you through it. And you get to learn a life hobby.
Hey, there you go. Perfect. All right. So thanks so much for listening. And join us next week. It'll be one of the last 2 episodes. So thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.